All right, hi everybody. Welcome to another Prog Report reaction video. Joined by Vic and Dan. How you guys doing?
All good, sir.
Doing awesome
Uh,
here.
cool. Yeah, we're all still recovering from London, Dream Theater, all sorts of Morse Fest. You guys,
Yep.
Vic did Morse
Just
Fest,
me. Yep.
and that was a lot of fun. We're wrapping up the year. We got one more reaction video here that we're gonna do for a few new songs that just came out over the last couple of weeks. Some even like a couple of days ago. Some different things, some new bands, some stuff I wanted to show and make people aware. So should we dive right in then?
Let's do it,
Absolutely.
man.
Okay, let's do it. Let's see. Let me move the. Okay. First up, a band we haven't talked about much on the channel really in years. I think we've sort of reviewed a couple albums, von Hertzen Brothers. This album sort of went under the radar for us, as sometimes
Mhm.
happens. Their new album is called In Murmuration. It just came out like a couple weeks ago,
Wow.
and uh, this video stumbled upon my YouTube feed, and I said,
Uh-huh.
"Oh, I should check this out because I haven't heard anything from this album." And I love when that happens, and it's awesome. And
Uh-huh.
so that's been really cool. This album is definitely in my top albums of the year. This song is in my top 10 songs of the year. I just love it to death. And so I don't know if you guys have had a chance to check it out, but I think it's just really, really cool.
Mhm.
Hold on, my phone's ringing over here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into about the 2 minute mark here. Um, so for people not familiar, they're a trio. They're a Finnish band. Um, they do some proggy stuff. Their previous albums have longer epics and things like that. This album is really more straightforward. 4 or 5 minute songs the whole way through, intricate bits here and there, but it's sort of a streamlined rock record.
Mhm.
But their vocal harmonies are killer, and I just think they sound great. So this is the opening track on the album.
10 years, 9 months, 8 days. I've been hiding like a monk in my cave. But today, the flight flared up, and I'm craving to be done in every way. There's a wise man with a red flag screaming, but I can't hear him. There's a wrong turn and a fast burn. I can't help it but throw my hands up in the air.
There you go. Very
Right?
cool.
I mean, that's just, I don't know. That
Yeah,
checks
the,
every
the sax
box. That
solo
checks
is the,
every
the,
box
the
for me.
coolest part.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool harmonies. You sent me that song yesterday to listen to, and my initial impression was that the beginning of it was slower, but then as the song went on, it became just like bigger and bigger until that saxophone break, which is just the best. So
Yeah.
like 100% also in my wheelhouse. So very, very
Yeah.
cool for
I
sure.
like how at a certain point of the song, before the chorus, it sort of slows down and almost like they stumble, and then the energy kicks up. It's great energy for this track, and it's
Hmm.
always cool to see a cool sax solo. Seeing
Oh
that
yeah.
more and more these days, so it's cool.
So many songs have started to have saxophone in them in the last few months. It's
Uh-huh.
been really cool, and I think it's been missing from rock music. I kind of dig it.
Yeah, man. I'm biased. I love saxophone. To me, it's the
Yeah,
one of the coolest instruments ever.
yeah. Um, so I highly recommend this album, and also they're going to be on Cruise to the Edge for the first time
Nice.
coming up, which I'm excited to see them live.
Do they have a
Don't
saxophone player in the band? Do you know?
I I don't think so. They looks like they tour with a keyboardist.
Hmm.
But you know what they should do is if Bill Hubauer is going to be on the ship, they got to get him to
Yep.
come play on this song.
Uh-huh, for
Uh,
sure.
So maybe we can help set that up. We'll see.
Arrange that. Yeah, that's a good idea right there. Yeah.
It's a good idea. All right. Cool. So moving on.
Next up, what's up? Let's see.
Let's see.
Oh yeah.
Okay. One of our favorites, bands that we tend to cover a lot on here, the Pineapple Thief, releasing a new EP called Last to Run, which is out. It's out now because they just started their North American tour. I think they just wanted to release a few sort of leftover songs from the last album, which actually also came out this year. We were
Yeah,
talking about
crazy.
how it's insane. So many albums that we forgot about that came out this year, and their album came out this year. It Leads to This, which is one of our favorites. We've loved that one.
100%. Yeah.
So I mean, this is, I like everything they do. It's just this is what they do. This song. It's nothing different
Yeah,
or anything like that. But it's just
Pineapple Thief is a band that I love like deeply. But you know what to expect, and that's usually what you get. So
Yeah,
that just a
exactly.
little bit more. I'm not sure which one is the last song in that EP, but I was listening to it a couple of days ago, and it's really, really strong.
Yeah.
It might be this one, but I know
Yeah,
that
let's
one.
see.
All
so this-
because of me.
This song's called All Because of Me. I think it's maybe the first song. It doesn't really matter. It's an EP. But anyway, you could check it out and catch the band on tour if they're coming near you. Let's see.
This world was such disdain. It's time to put it right, put an end to the serenade. It's time to make a fight of it. There's always someone there. Yeah, you know it is me. Yeah, it's time to make a fight of it. Standing eye to eye. Yeah, you know it's me. Here we are, we gotta go. But it's all because of me. And she's leaving us for dead. Oh, you know that it's all because of me.
Yeah.
It rules. It's awesome.
Yeah,
It's more
it's great.
mainstream prog in a way. I don't know. It seems like more accessible music. Vic, how do you like those vocal harmonies, man?
I think they're cool. Pineapple Thief falls into that category for me where you listen to them, they're so familiar. I couldn't really have a list of songs that I like, but anytime they come on, the whole thing plays. Everything is great to listen to, and they just have a really cool style. It's kind of like
Mhm.
Porcupine Tree Light. It's
Yeah.
that kind of very cool vibe. So
They
I
have
agree.
they have their sound.
Their new album, It Leads to This, is really, really strong. I love a lot of those songs, but the EP is also really good. I got the track list here. My two favorite songs would be the title track, Last to Run, which is a longer song, it's almost 7 minutes long. And the last one, No Friend of Mine, is really, really cool. It has like a very cool drum section with Gavin, which is, one of the best to ever do it. So for sure, one collection of songs worth checking out for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so now we're going to go into a couple of different things. This is a instrumental trio called Sometime in February. A new group signed to Inside Out. They've released a couple of standalone singles. This is another one. They have not announced officially an album yet, although it's supposed to be in the works, out sometime early next year. I'm sure there'll be news on that soon. Basically, it's the brainchild of the guitarist Tristan Alman. He's incredible, young guy in his 20s, but he's just awesome. It's in that style of like Scale to Summit and some of the other bands. It's not genty, like Animals as Leaders or anything. It's more it's
super
more
melodic, yeah.
melodic and yeah. He's very tasteful the way he plays, and I just I think he's really, really good. And I really want people to start to get to know this band a little bit because I think it could be a good one. So this is called Outside In.
Dude,
Anyway,
that's
you get
insane, man.
Yeah.
it's
He's
really
really
good, right?
it's a bittersweet feeling of seeing someone so much younger than you being super incredibly talented at something. And like, of course, it's there's a lot of positives in there, and
So
I'm glad he's
so
carrying the
Dan,
torch.
he
Tell
is
me.
significantly younger than Roy and I. He's not that significantly younger than you,
Well, I would
but
assume he's like almost 10 years younger than me, and that's, a lot
Uh,
relatively.
I,
Anyways,
I want to.
he's super talented. I've met. I'm not sure if you guys have, but me and Kyle have definitely met his dad at Morse Fest, Wayne, and he's really cool. He's always posting about the
That's
band.
pretty wild. No, I don't think I've met his dad.
Yeah, yeah. So it's really cool to have met him, and Tristan is incredibly, incredibly talented. So awesome to see
Shout out to
the
the
songs
other
you
two
write.
guys. The other two guys on the music. The drummer, his name is Scott, and the bassist is Morgan.
Mhm.
Really talented guys as well. So yeah, and they're playing out, and he's been the fill-in guitarist for Between the Buried and Me on some of their tours when Paul
Yeah,
Wagner had to bow out. He knew this guy kid Tristan, and Tristan's been on tour with them as the guitarist. So that's pretty cool.
that's wild. Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome.
Okay. All right.
very
So
cool.
keep those guys in your mind.
By the
And
way, I like
next,
I like the name of the track, Outside In. You sometimes wonder they signed to Inside Out. They're playing Outside In, just for what it is, what it
It's
is.
it's a
for what
clever
it's worth.
nod for sure.
Exactly. All right, so next, these guys are an Italian band, another new signing to Inside Out. Definitely more on the stranger side. Really metal, really crazy, really intricate. It's cool stuff, man. Let's see what we got. Just dive right into it.
Love this.
So
That is so cool. I hear it, and it's kind of like a mix from the earlier like Protest the Hero, and it kind of has
Yeah, yeah,
a
yeah.
little bit
for sure.
of like Meshuggah, but not down tuned. And
I've been
the
told
vocalist reminds me
Dillinger
of like
Escape
Thank You
Plan.
Scientist. Yeah,
Dillinger
yeah.
Escape Plan people are, I'm hearing that as a comparison.
Roy,
Um,
just one question. Are you sure your YouTube speed is not set up to 1.5 twice as fast, maybe? It's insane that they play at this speed, man. It's just
It's
crazy.
crazy.
And like, I'm not the biggest fan of screams like that. They just don't do much for me. But like the crazy virtuosity behind the like drums, bass, guitar, everything, doing it super syncopated rhythms in sync with the vocals and everything. It's very, very cool, very well done, and you gotta
I like the
give
also I
props
like the
to it.
video being super professional. Like they look like they have their shit together.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
I think
Yeah.
that's all really cool for a new band. Later on in the song, there's even some more melodic parts.
Yes.
Goes a few more places. It's a really crazy, crazy song.
Yeah.
To be the first thing people hear from you. But you know what? It takes me back to like being younger and trying to learn songs and be in bands and this kind of stuff. And like even to take what we thought was hard at the time, Metallica, Pantera,
Yeah.
early Dream Theater, whatever it was, and it's like this music, I hear this and I go, I don't even know where
Nowhere
you
to
begin with
begin.
it.
Yeah.
I don't know how you write this. I don't know how you figure out a part.
You are absolutely
it's so
correct, man.
different. I find it amazing from that perspective, but I just wouldn't know how to, I wouldn't know how to attack stuff like this if I was playing. I don't. It's another world.
Uh-huh. 100%. Yeah.
Anyway,
That's
no news on their album. It comes out sometime early next year again.
Sometime
But
in
yeah, I mean,
February.
listen, some oddly enough, even sometimes in February's album, I don't think is coming out in
In
February. There's a
February.
missed opportunity there.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, cool. Some new stuff, right? We're always looking for
Yeah,
some new
yeah.
things.
So dumb question. Do these guys just have this song out, or is there an
I think they
album?
have some older stuff. This is
Okay.
they have some independent stuff. This is the first song through Inside Out, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Okay.
Okay. This is one Dan recommended that we add to
Yes.
this, and it's really, really cool. Instrumental trio with no guitar. It's keyboards, bass, and drums. Lux
Yes.
Terminus. This is just a new single called "The Devil's Eyes."
All right.
So, Lux Terminus is led by a guy named Vikram Shankar, who happens to be the keyboard player for Pain of Salvation and Redemption. So, two really, really cool bands. And Brian Kraft is on bass, and Matthias Kirschner is on drums. I wrote it down, and hopefully I didn't mess that up. So yeah, it's super proggy, but super jazzy too. Sometimes you just go into straight up like fusion stuff or just classic jazz. But it's crazy. They do some crazy, crazy stuff. There's two songs out, like two newer songs. One is this one, Devil's Eyes. The other is called Mosaic Mind, which is a really awesome track, like quick instrumental. One of my favorites of the year for sure. And they also have an album out, which I think came out like 5 years ago or something. It's called The Courage to Be. And it's a full length album. It has an epic instrumental of like 90 minutes, which is one of the craziest things I've ever listened to. And I'm a big fan of their styles, their instrumentations. Vikram is very creative with his keyboard sounds and tones. His synth sound is great. His piano tones are great. So yeah, I'm a fan. I just sent it to
Yeah.
Roy, hoping that we could show this to everyone because I think it deserves the attention.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you did. It's really cool. This guy Vikram, I know I've seen him on a ton of other albums as a guest keyboardist on different things. I'm forgetting which ones, but he appears on a lot of stuff. He's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
talented.
He's been around. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, what's happening? A lot of weird glitches today. All right, let's dive in.
Let's do it.
Oh yeah.
Get the idea. That also,
Yeah,
also
yeah.
goes a million places.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, cool
This
stuff,
is a
man.
darker part of the song, but it goes in like some lighter stuff too. Especially the video.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of a Halloween video they made, but yeah, man, I love
Right.
it. It definitely has some like Tigran Hamason
That's what I was
gonna
gonna say.
100%.
That's exactly what I thought.
I'm
Yeah.
sure he's a big influence on Vikram. I mean,
Yeah.
he's like the kind of doing like modern, complicated, intricate music nowadays. They will be an influence for sure.
That's a lot of fun. I'm
Mhm.
glad I got to hear this. This is
Yeah, you like it, Vic.
oh
Really check out their first album. It's worth it, man.
Yep.
No, it makes this worth it. That's what it's for.
Okay.
Mhm.
We're flying through these today. We're gonna close out with one of our favorites. We're just gonna revisit it one more time because why not?
Yeah.
Frost.
I think honestly, this whole video is just an excuse for Roy to listen to the song again.
This. Sure. Yeah.
Great song.
So we've talked about this album a lot, but we're gonna do it again and probably again and again a couple more times before the end of the year is done. Life in the Wires. It's been out a couple of weeks. This is maybe my favorite song on the album, Solid State Orchestra. So it's even though the album's been out, this has been put out sort of as a after release single. And so we figured we could feature it here. This to me is such a cool song because it's basically a song in three parts. It's like a suite almost. There's the opening kind of mellow part that introduces the song, and then the keyboards come in as a whole middle keyboard solo section that's very Milliontown-esque, and then it slows down again and it goes into this awesome melodic rocking part that is maybe one of my favorite moments of the year. So I'm just going to jump to that because we can't feature all the sections, but I think this part
It
is
really
just
goes
super,
everywhere. Yeah.
it's really super cool.
I've nothing here, I've nothing left.
It gets me every time, I
I'm
swear.
just a fading silhouette. As I played the game but failed the test. In paradise we're paralyzed. We're blinded by those pretty lights. I see it everywhere I go. I found myself an antidote. So I will walk right out of here. Can't take this poison atmosphere. I'm headed out into the light. So I see you on the other side. I'll rent the ropes and burn the boat.
Anyway, this keeps going.
This clearest day I've ever known.
It's a good
I love
ending
that.
track for anything. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, it's so good. I just love the build on that, man. I remember the first time I heard that on the album, I was like, it was just like, holy shit, this is good. Like,
Yeah, man.
my goodness. And it's like the fourth song on the album, and you're like, oh my God, there's 12 more songs. I can't even.
Yeah, I mean, Life in the Wires is one of those albums that really managed to resonate with our whole crew.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
a rare occasion for sure. And I kind of don't even want to talk about it much because next week we're going to be talking about it a lot. So
Yeah, we're getting
we'll
ready
save
to
it,
do
you
our,
know.
our end of the year podcast,
Yeah.
and this will, we're just going to tell you it's going to be heavily featured, I'm sure. So, but you've heard us talk about it. If you are one of the people that is still on the fence on this album, hopefully this got you to listen to it. But anyway, yeah, lots of cool stuff, guys. This was another good episode, I think.
Yeah. Always fun, man. Hoping everyone checks out those songs and the albums when they come out. Like there's a couple of brand new bands here, and it's always worth supporting and checking out. So definitely do if you like it.
The momentum of all this music that keeps coming out, it's the end of the year. A lot of people start focusing on like Christmas music, holidays, and all that stuff. There's just just an outpouring of great music.
I really like
especially for the
doing
newer bands.
I really like doing this podcast actually because of that. Even if it's just for the three of us to sit, because we don't really ever get to do that. Like, hey, check out
Yeah.
these few songs that are new, that are
Uh-huh.
cool, and I like doing it.
Yeah,
But anyway,
it's a good one.
yeah, we're wrapping up. I think this will probably be our last reaction because not a lot of new music comes out in December at the end of the year. So we'll probably pick these up again next year. But catch up on any past episodes and get ready for our awards and best of 2024 podcast, which will be up soon, and maybe a few other things that will sneak in between. But don't forget to subscribe. Check us out on our socials, progreport.com, and we'll see you all again soon. Thanks,
Awesome.
guys. We'll see you later.
Thanks everyone. Later.
Bye, everybody.
Hey, thanks for checking out the podcast. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, wherever you get your podcasts. Follow us on all our socials and progreport.com, and we'll see you all again real soon. Thanks.